How were the humans winning? For months they battered us, made a mockery of our culture. The biggest insult of all was that they showed mercy. Why in the Queen's name did they show mercy? On one of those dark days we found out. The whole galaxy did. One of the human generals somehow hacked into, well, everything. Every news station, every screen on our planet, everything. Our unit was in the now ruined capital when those giant screens on even bigger buildings all lit up. A recorded video of their leader. He was a small thing, really, even by their standards. He wore his now infamous orange and blue bandana and tired eyes. It was the first time any of us saw his face. Well, I would introduce myself, but I have the suspicion you all already know entirely too much about me. He smiled, his words coming together and echoing on thousands of screens. This message isn't for the Queen, not for her army, not even mine, or for the galaxy who's been watching this war for months who didn't dare to intervene. This isn't for just one species, for those arbitrarily deemed important. The human paused. It's for you, the everyday citizens on planets I couldn't even dream of, the forgotten soldier, the starved slave, the nobodies, and I'll let you in on a secret. Of the thousands of people and aliens I've met, on 1 moon and 2 planets, in all that time I've never met someone who wasn't important. Even the soldiers who fight us, I understand why. This isn't to convince you. This is just to tell you why we decided to fight a war we can't win, and why we're winning, why we showed mercy, a word most of you have never known. It's because you're one of us, someone who rather die with their heads held high for a good cause than live on their knees. The only thing different about us is what we believe. Although we all do have one thing in common. We want this war to end, and it will, soon. I promise. The only question is how. His smile faded. How do you want this to end? How many more of us have to die? How many more children do we have to orphan? Buildings we have to bomb for us to stop fighting? For a warrior queen who's never led a battle? For slum kids abandoned by their parents? He gestured to himself. Because you're just as important as the Queen, as I am, as anybody. And that means you should live and grow old and be loved. His eyes welled up in tears yet to fall. Am I worth dying for? I'm okay with dying to free your slaves. Are you okay dying to keep them? We all stood in silence. We didn't drop our guns. We didn't join them the next day. But he did do something more dangerous than any bomb or gun. He planted the idea of revolution, and every time they captured instead of killed, every building they didn't bomb, every time they showed mercy, that seed grew. Their leader spoke again, his smile finally returning. Here's to the losers, bless them all.